everyone, this is Thuy and I've been dying to share this technique that I came up with, but we've been so busy here the last 3 weeks. My kids have been home for winter break. They go to a year-round school, so now that they're back in school I have some time to play and the house is nice and quiet while Troy is napping. But this is a very easy method to make paper flowers using measuring spoons to shape the petals. And with all the different petal shapes and sizes and the plethora of printed paper that we now have at our disposal, the flower designs that you can come up with are unlimited. So here are just a few examples of some of the flowers that I have made. But it was so much fun, it gets to be very addicting. That you can make with this. Oops, there we go. Another one. Oops, this way. Oops, where am I? There you go. This flower here, I freehand cut the petals, and if you want me to make a template and put this on a file so you can download, I'll do that. Just leave a comment. It's really simple. Just cut your own petals out and then layer it. And you can make the flower as big or as little as you want to. And here's two flowers, one with the petals curled up and one with the petals curled down, so you get the different look. And okay, well, let's just get into the tutorial. Actually, I wanted to show you the difference between these flowers. I learned how to make this flower, this one here, with a different method that I learned on YouTube. I'm going to show you how I did this one, but it really hurt my hand. I started to get cramps in my hand, so I was only able to make this flower and then this one. I made these two and then gave up on the technique because it really hurt my hand. So when I came up with this technique, you can see how the flowers are a little bit different. This one here, I don't know if you can see, the petals are a little bit, you can curl the petals back, so I think they're a little bit more realistic where the petals are curled back here, whereas this flower here, the petals are just straight up, kind of like maybe like a succulent or a cabbage rose. So I'll show you how you can curl the petals back like this to make it look more realistic. Okay, I am using Tim Holtz Alterations Tattered Florals die. And if you don't have this die, like I said, you can cut your own petal, but I cut mine out already. This big flower, and I'm going to do this little flower here. So once you cut that out, hold on one second, I gotta go get something. My 3-year-old's taking a nap right now, so I'm trying to be quiet and loud enough for you to hear me at the same time. Just to move these aside for a little bit, I'm going to cut my petals down so that I can shape the flower more easily. And this happens to be a 6-petal flower. And I'm going to do the same with the little ones so that the smaller one will be sandwiched in the middle there. Alright, now I've lost the other side. Here we go. Then I'm going to use my Glimmer Mist in the shade Tattered Rose to spray the back of these. I want to color the back of them. And you need the water. If you don't have the Glimmer Mist, just spray it with water and it'll make this process, this technique work easier. I have this little water spray bottle. It's the tiniest little thing and it's so cool. So anyhow, I get that thing to move, so let's spray this. Kind of a light pink, subtle look. This one here is 1 tablespoon. So I'm using 1 tablespoon. Oh, forgot to tell you. What did I use? Okay, I have a few things that you can use. So I have these objects around the house that works perfectly for this technique. So I hope that you're able to find something that'll work as well. This one here is a Christian Dior perfume bottle, and the name is J'adore. It's J and the word adore, so I'm thinking it's pronounced J'adore. But anyhow, I'm using this round thing, this round top here. The other thing you can use is, I don't know if you've seen these water bottles that have that filter. So if you don't have the filter, this filter bottle, and you don't have that perfume top, then here's a few other things that you could use. This is a chapstick that I finished using from EOS, and that works perfectly. It fits into the 1 tablespoon measuring spoon. And this is just a rubber ball, and that'll fit nicely into this, the big one, or the 1 tablespoon. This tool here is from my kids' xylophone toy, and that would work perfectly in the 1 tablespoon. Okay, now if you don't have any of these things, here's another idea. With these glass stones, they're vase fillers. Use one of those and find some kind of a tool. This is my Smashbook pen and glue tool. So use a glass glue, can you see that? To glue this to the tip of it. And once that's dried, then I think that that would work in one of those smaller. See, you can push it down into the spoon and make your indentions on the petals. So hopefully that works for you. So now that I have my petals wet, I'm going to start shaping each petal using the various sizes of a measuring spoon. So you just insert it into the spoon and use your tool to push it in, and that gives you the curvature. Here I've left a little bit of the petal overlapping the spoon so that I can use my thumb to push it back, and that's how I get the petal to fold back nicely. So I'm showing you the different tools that can be used to shape your petals. Sorry, I'm off the camera there, off frame there, but you get the idea. Just use your tool, push the petal into the spoon, and fold back the tip of the petal. And you'll do that for all of them and let it dry. Hold on, baby. And then for the smaller petal, I'm using a really teeny tiny measuring spoon. And I'm using the end of a marker to push that into the spoon. Yes, honey. The technique that I learned from YouTube to make this flower here is using a Sharpie or the end of a marker, and you just kind of push down on it with some cushion, and this is a mouse pad I'm using. Oops, it's shaking the table so much. So this method works perfectly fine. It makes a very beautiful rose, but as you can see, you do use a lot of pressure to push down on these petals to make them curl up. And so after a while, your hands will start to cramp. But it works. The only thing about this method is you can't curl the petal backwards. Not as easily. Okay. And there you've got the curvature of the flower there. Okay. Huh. Just try this. Let's just do an experiment here. Water, and I'm going to push this down into here. You can use this, you can use that to push it in, you can use that, and then because it's wet, you can curl the edges. So the measuring spoon allows you to cup the flower more, and the water helps you to bend back the tips of the petal easier. So I let my petals dry in the sun because I didn't want to use the heat tool, or I'll have little petals flying all over the place. So now I'm going to assemble it, and I'm using my Fiskars circle punch, and where did my scrap paper go? I'm going to use, you could use the same paper or any scrap paper because you're not going to see the circle. It's, I believe it's an 1.5 inches. And I've got my hot glue going, and I'm just going to assemble . this pink one, I made it a little bit fuller, just to add more petals, and you can get bigger or smaller. There you go. I hope you like it. Thank you for watching.